working quietly behind the dust and noise? They don't wear suits, they're not in offices. They wear hard hats, steel-toed boots, and they work under blazing sun or in freezing winds. They are construction workers, mechanics, laborers with rough hands, but unshakable spirit. Every day, they help build the roads we drive on, the bridges we cross, the buildings we live and work in. This isn't a story of pity. It's a story of respect. Respect for everyday people, quietly shaping the world around us. In this video, we don't just see hard work. We see smiles, teamwork, and moments of simple kindness that light up even the hardest days. Because labor is more than survival. It's dignity. And for many, it's a source of pride.
No, porco Dio, no! No, Dio cane! Madonna!
Mãe, ó. Solita se carga.
Unaweza kuta hadi hao mama ukula mawe wakiwa na mimba ndio wanazaanga vijana wa mjengo.
Não entra não, sem a instrução de um profissional.
Azamat. Şu öy bitmedi. Bize başka zakaz olmadı da.
Mustafa, bu evde bitirmesek bize başka adam iş...
Yeah, Michael. I have a problem.
بسيط ده الدرع ده بسيط جدا، مش هياخد منك اي وقت وانت بتعمله، وصنفر يا باشا وانت واقف من غير اي مجهود.
E veja a incrível engenharia que esse cara inventou para debulhar milho. Isso aqui é simplesmente sensacional.
How much you pay for the new guy? 20 bucks? No, too much money. He's no good operator.
ويعمل فاس من سيخ الحديد. شوف الأجانب وصلوا لفين. اختراع رهيب.
توجعني يا يما، رجلي توجعني، قاعد أوقف حالي. ايه
تكنولوجيا
ايه
تكنولوجيا تكنولوجيا
fue eso?
Two men face intense pressure, each strike landing like it decides the fate of the stubborn iron shaft. When there's no ladder on site, the worker decides to use the drill's vibration to practice his balance skills.
Oh my god! I got that on camera.
Never trust a tough appearance, not even if it's concrete. When the field resists, the tractor doesn't back off. It lifts off.
Tecnologia! 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 Tecnologia!
where we capture the most real and raw moments from construction sites. Here, every second can turn into a story worth remembering. From funny ideas like slicing a watermelon with a power saw, to breathtaking situations where workers react under pressure, every moment paints a vivid picture of life on the job. It's not just sweat and deadlines. It's also full of creativity, teamwork, and sometimes, moments that take your breath away. In this video, you'll witness incredible clips, from laugh-out-loud fails, to near misses that make your heart skip a beat. But through it all, you'll see how workers stay strong, adapt fast, and keep the mood light even in tough environments. Let's dive into this journey, and discover how people at work find ways to do their best, and still bring smiles to one another.
Go for it.
تكنولوجيا 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 تكنولوجيا
इसका मेरा नीचे उड़ गया वही खराब हो गया कुछ
Over the next 20 minutes, you'll see scenes that could only happen on a job site. Slippery mistakes that almost caused trouble, surprisingly smooth teamwork, and creative break time hacks, where workers make the most of what's around them. From turning toolboxes into chairs, to using saws to cut fruit, everything is both unexpected and entertaining. We've gathered these clips to bring you joy, admiration, and maybe even a lesson or two along the way. Each moment captured is part of the bigger picture of labor and life. A place where coworkers support one another, where creativity shines in simple ways, and where a tough job can still be filled with laughter and human connection. Are you ready for more? Hold on, because the best is yet to come.
Tecnologia!
是老爷子头一天开，放完烫了，这是不烫了，这一面是8根笼，然后这是保留的车。
Tô com as pontinhas pra pagar aí, mas aguenta aí, meu povo, que eu vou chegar lá.
I've spent time collecting some of the most incredible moments from the world of heavy lifting, and I promise, you'll be surprised and amazed by what might seem like scenes straight out of an action movie. In a world driven by machines and automation, there's still a group of people whose strength doesn't come from engines or steel, but from sheer will and bare hands. These are the laborers, the lifters, no spotlight, no armor, just sweat-stained shirts and calloused shoulders hardened by years of work. They are the silent giants holding up the wheels of the world. You'll find them at ports, warehouses, construction sites, anywhere goods move. 100-kilo box, a massive air conditioning unit. These aren't challenges. They're routine. They don't talk much. One shout, and sleeves are rolled up. It's not just a job, it's a battle they've fought 1,000 times. What makes them extraordinary isn't just what they lift, it's their endurance. Day after day, rain or shine, sore backs, aching knees, no matter, they show up, they grind, they honor promises made to family, to themselves. I won't give up. But even the strongest body has limits. Time and pressure catch up. Some backs don't straighten the way they used to. Some shoulders have cracks you can't see. So this video isn't just about praising that power, it's a heartfelt reminder. Listen to your body. Work with pride, but don't let pride cost you your health. Rest is not weakness, it's wisdom. These 200 moments are dedicated to the lifters, the strongest people the world rarely notices. But absolutely depends on. From dusty job sites to freezing warehouses, there's one thing every clip in this video has in common: people. Not machines, not routines, people with tough hands, tired eyes, and hearts that beat for something bigger than themselves. You'll see sweat on brows, focused hands operating heavy tools, and deep breaths after long lifts. These aren't actors, they're everyday workers showing us what pride, discipline, and teamwork look like. These individuals don't just work to survive. They work with purpose, with integrity, and with the quiet joy that comes from doing something well. Yes, sometimes the job is risky. Sometimes it's absurdly funny. But every moment reveals something powerful, why they keep going. What you're about to see is more than a highlight reel. It's a tribute to the human spirit, one carried on the shoulders of those who work with heart and grit.
Tecnologia! Tecnologia!
In a warehouse deep in southern Texas, there's a man named Miguel. Every morning, he wakes up at 4 a.m., walks 3 miles, and spends his day lifting, stacking, and moving hundreds of pounds of goods. He's not a talker, but his shoulders, scarred, strong, silent, tell his whole story. Every box I lift means one less worry on my daughter's plate. He once said, eyes steady, voice soft. Miguel's done this for over 15 years. Back pain? Normal. Swollen knees? Just part of the job. Then one day, he collapsed mid-shift. Diagnosis: a herniated disc. 3 months off work, doctor's orders. For the first time, he sat still, the strongest guy on site, forced to pause. But in that stillness, he learned something. He learned to work smarter, to pace himself, to teach the younger guys that strength isn't about pushing until you break. It's good to work hard, Miguel says, but it's smarter to work wisely. Miguel's story is just one, but it speaks for millions. Quiet, persistent, strong to a fault. And maybe, just maybe, it reminds us that even giants need to take care of themselves.
Así fueras para aprender cosas buenas.
Ahora sí, vámonos, go home, let's go.
At a construction site near Chicago, there's a crew of workers known around the area as the Mobile Comedy Squad. Not because they aren't serious, but because no day ever goes as planned. One morning, Joe, a tall guy, always first up the scaffolding, lost his hard hat. It fell straight onto another worker's head below. That guy jumped, fell backward, and knocked over 2 more like a set of human dominoes. No one was hurt, but the entire crew laughed for 10 minutes. Joe's nickname ever since? The Hatman. Another day, they spotted a kitten stranded high on the crane. Work stopped. Every single person pitched in to rescue it. They even made it a tiny hard hat from a soda can. Beneath the jokes, though, lies real trust. A kind of unspoken brotherhood. And they've had their close calls too, forklifts sliding, sparks flying the wrong way. Those moments scare you straight. Make you double check every latch, every step. But in the heavy world of steel and dust, laughter is their oxygen. It's how they breathe through pressure. And kindness? That's what holds them together. You don't need speeches when you have someone who's always got your back. This isn't just a job. It's a crew, a family, a story worth telling.
Mr. George, I'm recording this video for you, Mr. George, because the new guy that you're hiding is no good, Mr. George.
Eh, qu'est-ce que tu fous avec le jet d'eau sur la tête? Qu'est-ce que tu branles avec le jet d'eau sur la tête, là? Je me suis fait trop chaud.
Como dice el dicho, en su tierra son pendejos, en
से नहीं होगी इस तरह की नौकरी। क्या इसी नौकरी के लिए मैंने जीत और मेहनत करके पढ़ाई की थी? क्या फायदा इन डिग्रियों का? 我不想，我操！ Tecnologia! Tecnologia!
In every city, behind the tall buildings and busy roads, there are people working quietly, building, fixing, lifting, sweating, construction workers, mechanics, electricians, cleaners, people who don't wear ties, but wear tool belts and helmets. They don't sit at desks, but on scaffolds, rooftops, and factory floors. Their jobs are hard, but their spirits are strong. Today, we'll take you into their world. The world of hard-working people, with unforgettable moments, laughter, and human connection.
Tecnologia! 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 Tecnologia!
In the middle of a noisy job site, where hammers bang and machines roar, there's laughter, honest, contagious laughter. One worker grabs a PVC pipe, pretends it's a karaoke mic. Another one moonwalks on a wet concrete slab. Everyone laughs. The tension melts away. One day, a group of workers finished setting up scaffolding, only to realize it was backwards. No one got mad. Instead, the oldest worker chuckled. Guess we're getting paid overtime today. Boys, at lunch breaks, they sit in a circle on the ground. No fancy cafeteria, just homemade meals in plastic containers. Someone tells a joke from back home. Laughter erupts. The heat, the dust, the noise, forgotten for a moment. In these little moments, we find something valuable. Not just humor, but resilience. Not just jokes, but real human connection. They remind us that no matter the job, if there's laughter and kindness, even the toughest days become a little lighter. These workers may not appear on magazine covers, but they show us something powerful. That joy can exist, even in the hardest, sweatiest, dustiest corners of life. Construction workers and laborers, they work in some of the harshest conditions around. Their offices are rooftops, steel beams, hot pavement, and dusty lots. They wake up before dawn, put on their safety gear, and get to work, rain or shine. The job requires strength and endurance. But more than that, it takes teamwork. You can't lift a steel beam alone. You can't pour concrete without coordination. Every person matters. Every hand makes a difference. They face danger every day. Climbing scaffolds, operating heavy machinery, cutting, welding, lifting, digging. Yet, they keep showing up. Why? Because of their families. Because of pride in what they build. Because someone has to make the world work. Some work 12-hour shifts. Come home covered in sweat and dust. Still smile at their kids, and do it again tomorrow. Their hands are rough. Their backs ache. But their hearts? Full of strength. Full of purpose. In today's world, we often admire those in suits. With degrees and titles. But behind every successful city, there are people laying bricks, wiring buildings, fixing roads. Without them, none of it stands. This isn't just a story about labor. It's a story about dignity, about perseverance, about real people who build more than just structures. They build lives. They build dreams, one nail, one beam, 1 hour at a time.
Tecnologia! Tecnologia!
James, 42, works on a highway project in Texas. Every day, he brings a small blue plastic fan, old, cracked, taped on the side. During break, under the scorching sun, James turns it on and points it toward his crew. "I'm good, you guys need it more," he says with a grin. Turns out, the fan was a birthday gift from his daughter, Emily, when she was in 3rd grade. "It doesn't do much, but it reminds me why I'm here." James explains, "Every time I'm tired, I think of her smile. And I keep going." One day, a younger worker passed out from the heat. James acted fast, soaked a towel, fanned him, called for help. When someone asked, "Why do you always look out for everyone?" James just smiled. One day, these boys will be dads too. They'll get it. That little fan isn't just a tool. It's a symbol of love, responsibility, and the quiet strength of a father. Working under the sun, dreaming of home.
Tecnologia! Tecnologia!
In a small metal workshop in Illinois, lunchtime means sitting in a circle on the floor, sharing whatever's in your lunchbox. That day, a new guy, Michael, sat quietly. No food, just water. Without a word, one worker handed him half a sandwich. Another offered some rice and beef. Someone else poured him sweet tea. Michael froze, then tears rolled down his cheek. He had lost his wallet that morning. Was too embarrassed to say anything. They didn't ask questions, didn't make a big deal. "I wasn't just fed that day," Michael later said. "I was accepted, I belong." That meal wasn't gourmet, but it was rich in kindness, in dignity, in humanity. Robert, a seasoned carpenter from Nebraska, was working on a luxury home. He was just part of the crew. Didn't expect anyone to remember him. But before leaving, Robert carved a small wooden plaque by hand. It read, "Robert, Carpenter, Est, 1975, proud to be part of this home." The homeowners saw it during their final inspection. They didn't remove it. They framed it and hung it near the staircase. He didn't just build with wood. They said, he built with heart. Robert never asked for attention. He just wanted to leave his mark, quietly, respectfully. That small plaque became part of the home's story. Proof that good work, done with pride, always matters.
12-12, racita, miren, así como este maestro, miren. Ahí les enseña cómo se camina en un 12-12.
Com talento você vai longe, com talento você vai rápido, mas com a humildade você vai mais longe. Jesus falou assim, ó, aprender de mim que
Every job matters. Every worker deserves respect, not just for what they build, but for the heart they put into it. These stories aren't rare. They happen every day, on rooftops, sidewalks, factory floors. Let's listen more, appreciate more, and celebrate the workers who keep our world standing. One nail, one brick, one shift at a time. Thank you for watching. If these stories made you smile, or reminded you of someone you know, please like, comment, or share. Behind every highway, every building, every working hand, there's a story worth telling. We promise, there's more to come. More moments of grit, laughter, and heart. So stay tuned. We'll keep sharing stories that matter. Stories that build more than just structures. They build connection. Until next time, take care. Thank you for supporting construction_8386. Your support is a great motivation for us to keep improving and delivering better content every day. Make sure to watch the video until the end.